Hello everyone. So there has been quite a bit of news circulating from the White House, and I want to touch on a multitude of things in this video. But first, allow me to say that if I seem a little bit agitated or frustrated throughout this video, it's because I am. I'm really pissed off because of something that happened in my personal life. However, I figured what better way to channel that anger than into criticizing the sorry Democrats in Joe Biden's current administration. So here we go. So Joe Biden recently released a budget proposal, and essentially what a budget proposal from any city president is basically a wish list, like a Christmas wish list that he's not going to get. So he just releases this list of things that he would like Congress to enact or do or spend, and it never happens. But what's amazing about that budget is that he left out a lot of the key things that he campaigned on. And not only in that budget, but in this infrastructure package that they're trying to push. Okay, he left out a lot of the things that they campaigned on, and we'll get into that in a second. But in regards to what's known as budget reconciliation, which is when process that any sitting party can use that's in the majority to where they can pass any legislation with only a majority vote, okay? They're saying that they're not going to use that anymore until August. So damn June, July, they're gonna, it's either August or September. So I think it's somewhere like around 100 days or so. They're just gonna be sitting on their ass doing nothing. And essentially that's what they've been doing now for some time. And a lot of people are asking, well, what the hell is Joe Biden and the Democrats doing? What's going on? If you look at Joe Biden's approval rating as of late, it's been slipping. You know, when he first released that $1.9 trillion, I believe it was, stimulus package, or delivered $1,400 check to the people, his approval rating was sky high because people love the money that they receive. You know, when you give people actual material well-being, they'll reward you for it by seeing you in a more favorable light. You think they learned their lesson after that, but as we've seen on so many occasions, the Democrats are so oblivious to what they need to do to actually win and get more voters to support them that it really doesn't even matter at this point. So they've been sitting on their ass, they haven't been doing anything, and they've just completely dropped and abandoned many of the proposals that Joe Biden and his people touted on the campaign trail that he said he would do when he got in office. Allow me to name what I deem to be the most important ones, because there are many, but I'll just name a few that I think are the most important. First and foremost, the healthcare debate. We know he's not for Medicare for all. We know that he said he vetoed it if it came across his desk. That's horrendous. That's abhorrent. But it is what it is. He said that he was going to do a public option on the campaign trail. He said he was going to do a public option. Nothing. No. They've completely abandoned the public option. They don't even speak about it. It's not included in the infrastructure package. It wasn't in the budget. None of that. The $15 minimum wage, completely abandoned. In fact, that was abandoned early on when that was actually supposed to be in the stimulus package, but because of a advisory rule from the parliamentarian, a person whose position doesn't hinge on anything. I mean, they can be fired and gone at the drop of a dime, but the Democrats took that rule to be law and abandoned the $15 minimum wage. And I have in front of me a tweet from Jeff Stein that says the $15 an hour minimum wage proposal appears to have completely disappeared from the Washington policy debate. Nobody seems to have thoughts on a way forward. So they've completely abandoned the $15 minimum wage. Definitely aren't going to get that at this point, it seems. They don't even talk about it anymore. Don't even talk about it. And the so-called progressives in Congress and the Senate, they didn't even fight for it. And they're not fighting for it now. They're just going along to get along, seemingly because we have a Democratic president and everything's okay now because Trump's out of office. And not to mention Trump, they're putting more energy, the Democrats, into looking into creating a commission. I know you've seen the news, to look into the January 6th insurrection to figure out who did it or what's going on. But the funny thing about this is we know who did it. And I wasn't even thinking about this until I was watching another lefty media person, and they pointed this out, that the Democrats control the Department of Justice. They control the executive branch right now. They can do an investigation whenever they want, but they're trying to do this weird virtue signaling thing to get the Republicans on board. And when the Republicans don't get on board, they say, oh, look, they don't even want to investigate the Capitol Hill riot. Well, you can investigate it yourself, and what's the need to investigate it? We know who it was. Of course, the right's going to say it's Antifa or whatever, but we know that's all bullshit. They know that's all bullshit. Okay? But the reason they're doing that is because they're trying to run on that. Instead of running on healthcare, instead of running on higher wages, instead of running on progressive policy that is very popular, they want to run on the Republicans don't want to look into the January 6th insurrection. Wow. Wow, that's stunning. That's amazing. That's amazing. Instead of running on policies that will actually improve, directly improve the lives of the American people, they want to run on the fact that the Republicans don't want to look into that riot that happened a couple months ago. They've completely abandoned the student debt thing. So we know Joe Biden is a debt hawk. He loves debt, all kinds of it. And he's the reason that you can't declare bankruptcy on your student debt today as it is. But he's completely abandoned. This is so bizarre to me. He's so vitriolic towards really any progressive policy that we like, but specifically the student debt thing. I don't understand it. I mean, it's just on principle. He's against removing debt, especially student debt. I mean, forget wiping all of it clean. Chuck Schumer says $50,000. That's not what we want, but it's something. Biden said $10,000. He made a tweet about it. He promised that. And now it's completely gone. He doesn't want to get rid of any of it. He got rid of less than 1% of student loan debt. And it was for people that were literally at scam colleges, okay? Like literally scam colleges, scam institutions. And that was less than 1%. Need I remind you, there's $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. And wiping that slate clean would only do well for the economy. But on principle, it doesn't matter what the statistics say of who it'll help, the benefits of doing something like this. Just on principle, this guy doesn't believe in wiping that slate clean and helping out the millions of people that it would help. Because I think it's somewhere around 45 million people have $1.7 trillion in debt. That would help me. I'm in college right now. I graduate in a couple months. I don't want to graduate and have a cloud of debt hanging over me, which I will. But I mean, it'd be amazing if I didn't have to deal with that. Look, in a nutshell, I'm going to summarize what happened in one word. One word can describe everything I just laid out for you. Joe Biden and his people lied. They lied. They lied to you. They lied to me. They lied to everyone who thought that they may actually do something to improve the lives of people dramatically. They lied because things like $15 minimum wage, getting rid of student debt, a public option, all these policies would dramatically improve the lives of the American people, and they're just not going to do it. And the progressives, they don't know which way to go. They're so leaderless. I have no idea what their game plan is. They don't seem to have one as per usual. So I was reading a New York Times article, I believe it was, and basically what they're doing is they're drafting letters and holding Zoom meetings trying to get Joe Biden to lower the Medicare age to 60 and do other provisional things that are progressive when it comes to healthcare. I think some progressives have teamed up with centrist Democrats, and this is the course of action that they're taking. So they're wagging their finger at the President of the United States, and they're saying, hey, don't do that. We got to do this. Instead of standing their ground and saying, hey, we're not going to vote for this infrastructure package if you don't put this in there. We're not going to vote for this if you don't do this. Instead of actually strategizing the correct way and throwing their weight around, they're writing letters and having Zoom meetings and shit. I mean, just a complete reneging on basically every single major campaign promise that he made. The student debt, the public option, the living wage. I remember when Bernie Sanders dropped out of the primary and he asked Joe Biden, he said, do you support a $15 minimum wage for the American people? And he said, yes, I do, and we're going to do it. Look at where we are now. And his approval rating, I remind you, as I pointed out earlier, is slipping. It was over 60%. Now I think it's around 54%, and it may only get lower from here. And this is how they think that they're going to win. You know, we're just a little bit better than the Republicans. Well, at least the Republicans are shit. They know they're shit, but they don't pretend as if they're really fighting for you. They may in the sense that they do it, But they don't go as far as the Democrats and actually make these sorts of promises and then just completely abandon them. And that's what the Democrats do. And people aren't going to like this. People don't like this. Look, I can't see the future. I don't know what's going to happen in the midterms, in the next election. But with the courses of action that these people are taking, it doesn't look very good.